So in my past, I've done a lot of no bad things when it comes to privacy and security, somewhat because of convenience, and I've been working on transitioning many things away from that. One such thing is using my browser's built-in password manager to manage passwords. So this means that when I do some browser hopping, I in many cases have to import passwords and accounts from one browser to another, and that just makes it really inconvenient. Now, for quite a while, I think it might be due to the way things work, is you have had various different implementations in Linux for password management. So if I do a search for keyring, which is already there, we've got various keyrings, obviously for our repos, but GNOME keyring is one such that stores passwords and encryption keys. Again, you've got a libgnome keyring, that's deprecated, Python keyring, and let's see, Alpine, that's for Alpine Linux. Let's see, what else do we have? Debian ports are Jetring. GNOME keyring is kind of the big one that pops out, is one that explicitly manages your passwords and encryption keys. And I thought this was really cool because when I first got into Linux, that's basically how, for the most part, it seemed I had to manage my passwords. Whereas that GNOME keyring would come in and say, hey, I can store your passwords for you. And in order to access your passwords and have autofill working, you just got to unlock your keyring, and then it'll autofill all your passwords in. Over time, that has changed. Browsers have taken over. Google Chrome gets pushed out, and even more and more passwords have their own built-in password managers, thus necessitating the import between different browsers. But the underlying thing that has managed your passwords in many ways is still there. And so if I do another search for pass, I don't know why I killed the last one, but you can see there are actually quite a few password manager applications for Linux. If I go back down here, you've got Bitwarden up here. You've got KeePass, which is basically a cross-platform password manager. I believe it's just it's the application itself, but you get the idea. Let's see. We don't need password sprayer. Come on. Pass is, of course, the one that I'm going to be focusing on here for the most part, and then it's little importers. But I saw it down here. KeePass XC, again, 1Password, Bitwarden. These services you can integrate into Linux on top of like whatever is there. And you even have plugins for Bitwarden and KeePass and so on for Pass itself. And Pass is basically the default password keyring manager for Linux. We're gonna look at this one, and it has a number of plugins for it. So you've got your one-time password tokens that you can manage with it. You've got your Firefox, Chromium, Vivaldi plugins. This is basically a host shim for coming into your different browsers, and you just install the necessary plugin and it passes it into there. If I were to, let me double check something. So for the sake of like not showing too much, I'm gonna like keep it on the down low. But you can just literally run pass and it'll show you the whole directory and list of everything that is stored in your password store directory. So if I were to go over to ZH, it'll come up here real quick. So this password store directory in the home folder is where it stores all the passwords GPG encrypted. Now, obviously, for a lot of sites, you don't want them storing your password encrypted on their servers. You want them storing the password hash because it's a lot harder to reverse the hashing process than it is to decrypt a file because, yeah, they're not actually storing the password itself. They're storing a checksum, in essence, of the password and probably a little bit of salt here and there for it. So what pass does is it lets you manage your different, what is it? It lets you manage your passwords for different sites. You can import system passwords. You can import even browser passwords. Pass, I believe, for the most part, manages like your system stuff, but you can obviously use it for everything else as a keyring. So but that requires, in many cases, installing third-party plugins to get Pass to work well with other things. And so you may be like, how do I get all my stuff from like Firefox into Pass? And there is, where is it? If you're running Arch, you might have to do it manually depending on your distro, but Pass Import is the plugin that you want or extension you want for Pass to be able to import your different passwords into from your browsers into Pass, the keyring there, so that you can use Pass as your password manager of choice. Okay. So, and it has support for importing all kinds of different things. This, I had to update it and reinstall it in order to get it to work again. But you can import a lot of stuff into it from different applications, from other password managers, from, where is it? If I go down here, is it in here? Somewhere in here. You can even export Pass into other password managers as well. So you can take your Pass data. Oh, there it is. Chrome. Firefox. So any Firefox-based browsers, any Chromium-based browsers, you can import it all into Pass. You can import it from GNOME. You can do, where is it? GoPass. Yeah. And then you can, of course, upload it to your other places as well. You probably don't want to export it as a CSV. You probably want to export it as like some other password import thing, and hopefully it should be encrypted. But then they also have recommendations for getting rid of your password files after you're done with them. So obviously you want to shred it so it zeroes out the data in that place when you import your CSV from your browser, because your browser is going to export it all in plain text for the most part. So it's going to be very, very bad to you. But what's really nice then is you can take, let me take and get a new window for this. You can take your browser of choice and you can have your Pass install, and so you install the Pass FF host application, or whatever host application in your distro of choice, and then you install the plugin or extension necessary. Gosh, I'm so good at this. Let's go manage extensions. See, here I have Pass FF installed in FireDragon. If I go to my extensions here and manage extensions, I have Browser Pass here installed, and this is actually installed through the system itself, so I manage it with Pacman rather than via Chrome's extension store, which is also how I still have the good uBlock origin set up somewhat. Well, I don't know, did it move over to Manifest v3? I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It was giving me errors in the past, so it might be the bad uBlock origin. But anyway, I have some of these managed through my package manager rather than through the web store. So it makes it easier that way. It is on Google Chromium, so that's basically the way you're going to do it. So now I can go to any old website. If I wasn't logged in, I can go to... What am I not... Oh, wait. No, I can still look at that. So I could go into here in Browser Pass, and it has GOG.com as the one. So I can search for logins for GOG. If I needed to log in, then that would be an option. So let's go try... I'm logged into there. I want... Do I have it for Nexus modes? I do not think I do. So that's not supposed to happen that way. But yeah, you can see it shows up with a credential here. Copy username. I can copy password. I can open details. So if I were to go here, I could go in. Where is it? It's asking to fill in with my stuff here. So I fill the login details here, and I'm going to have to unlock the keyring. Check that box. And it fills in the credentials there for Browser Pass. I can do that, and then it logs me in. So that's the execution there. As far as in Firefox, PassFF here does a little bit better in that you'll see in different windows. So I can click the thing up here and it'll show me what accounts match this particular thing here. And because Pass also is searches for the thing itself, it's also noting the GitHub stuff for when I'm using Git as well on the command line, because that's stored in the keyring as well. If I were to go into here, I can go, it depends on the window. I don't know if I have a good website. Well, I can open a new container. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go private. And so what I can do is I can go over here. And because my login credentials are saved, you'll see I have this like handy P over here. I can click this, click that. I can click this, click that. And it just doesn't want to autofill in, apparently. That's something. Fill. Aw. Okay. So I can fill that in. It's just giving me errors. And then I can go... It doesn't want to do it there. So I do here, up here, fill. Okay. And then we can log in. So it's your mileage will vary depending on how well it matches. It will automatically fill in pretty well when you click that P over there for that as well. Now what's really cool is if I wanted to create a new account on a website, I could actually do that, set everything up in it, and it would work just fine. So for example, what do I want to pick on? Let's actually do... Is that the right one? Do 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 do. So I could pick that. So what I can do here is I can come into here and it doesn't have, well, it does have this, but I can go up to here and I can go and add another thing. And what it'll let me do is it will let me generate a however many character password. I can designate that here and just generate the password for this account and then insert the password into the box. So pass alt FF, or in this case, somewhat. With pass, you can manage your passwords and also generate a new password, just like with all the other password managers. So you've got your one master password and then a bunch of randomly generated passwords. So I could even go in to any of my accounts that I have saved in pass and change the password, generate a whole new password for that website that I don't know, and then save it there. And whatever browser I log into, it's going to log in there. So I can go, if I open up Qt browser, it's got a pass extension as well. So I can go open gog.com, for example. Let's go here. Hopefully I'm logged out of here. Okay, we're going to sign in. And all I do is I make sure I'm out of insert mode. And it doesn't want to cooperate with me that well. So we're going to go to x.com. And we're going to try the same daggum thing. And we're going to sign in. It doesn't want to do the thing. It works on Restream really well, okay? Sometimes it'll come up with a choice box. But yeah, all you have to do is let it go. Sign in here. So, when you find one that works, what you can do is, because of the way that dmenu has a front end for pass as well. So it gives you a choice of which one you pick. I picked that one. It obviously doesn't seem to want to fill in very well, so I might have to do some user script debugging. But overall, it'll fill in both boxes, and then all I have to do is hit enter or sign in. And that's it. So pass is literally the password manager we have at home. And what's really cool is if you're using SyncThing, you can decentrally sync all your passwords between devices. And you're probably going to have to do a couple other things to sync your keys around as well. But overall, you can use those same passwords and manage it across your devices with SyncThing and keep it synced up between everything, but also take advantage of Pass as your password manager on all your computers. So it is literally password manager we have at home and self-hosted and everything, not relying on someone else's servers to keep your passwords safe. If you liked the content, if you enjoyed it, if you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, leave any criticisms you have or what have you. I appreciate it. Feed that algorithm, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.